What up, it's Bam Margera here, and I'm not trying to say nothing or nothing. I'm just simply trying to say, you're watching Geeks with Issues.
Hey, true believers, welcome to yet another fantastic episode of Geeks with Issues 20XX. Brought to you here from the new Basement of Dreams at the Northern Berkshire Community Television Studios in North Adams, Massachusetts. We have a fantastic show to get to, but before we get to it, I want to introduce to you your geeks. To my far right, your far left, the multimodal combat master and our director, Trevor.
Hello.
He came out of the booth. In between us is our lead technologist, the amazing Ogre.
Hello, hello.
And I, your friendly neighborhood Geekmaster, am Tuck. So we're going to have Ogre start us off today with a discussion of geeky holiday traditions.
Yeah, what is your favorite geek-themed activity or thing that you possibly had received for Christmas? It's just like, it gets me every time. Like my personal experience was I got the original NES on Christmas the year it came out. And let's just say everyone, my parents, everything, we were all playing Duck Hunt until like midnight. It was absolutely crazy. Just such a wild experience to get that for the first time.
So I definitely have one. Mine is similar to yours. Mine was actually starting from the year that I got a Sega Genesis and Mortal Kombat. It was a tradition to just play Mortal Kombat with whoever, brothers, sisters, cousins, whoever was over, things like that. Specifically, not even really playing Mortal Kombat, but just testing out every single fatality, babality, animality in the game, to the point where I still, even with the new games on Christmas, have to at least play through a tower.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
So it feels like the NES is easy as my favorite, geeky sort of tradition gift item. And I'm sort of split because as a parent, you end up having like additional other traditions that get inserted into there.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to have two. The first one would have to be when I got the Sega Dreamcast for Christmas, which was, I was one of those, oddballs, because at the time, like, everybody was going PlayStation. Mm-hmm. I had a Dreamcast. It was amazing. I'm trying to remember. I know I got Sonic Adventure. I'm trying to remember if I got Soul Calibur 2 with it or if I got it later. The memories are a little fuzzy at that point.
My question is, what was the exclusive character for Dreamcast on Soul Calibur 2? Because there were exclusives for different systems, I believe.
There weren't exclusives at that point yet.
It was the next one that had Yoda, Darth Vader.
Exactly. That was pre-exclusives. And actually, if I recall correctly, Soul Calibur 2 was only available on the Dreamcast for an extended period of time.
I think it was supposed to be one of those, not launch exclusives, but maybe definitely exclusives.
Right.
Yeah.
So those settle very fondly. I can remember playing Sonic Adventure much later than I was supposed to. But the tradition that has come down with my kids would have to be that we have an entire holiday and Christmas board game section.
Oh, cool.
So starting beginning of Advent and running right through the holiday season. Whenever we're playing a board game, we pick from that collection of games.
That's cool.
And it's a lot of fun to be able to have those, to share those, to know that the weird things that happen when you have children. They're already discussing who's going to get what games when my wife and I are dead.
There's that crude, dark humor that exists amongst family.
And we have these conversations around Christmas for whatever reason. Because that's just how we roll, I guess.
Well, tradition and what's going to happen. Will that tradition exist after you die?
That's true.
What can we split up? What can we fight over? Cool.
That's true. I think this is the first topic that the clock hasn't beat us out on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
We were concise.
It's also I have just the technical eye of constantly watching the clock as I'm going because my finger still wants to switch the shot even though I'm not in the control room.
Well, as we watch the clock dead end, there it is.
Boom.
We'll switch over to Trevor's topic about holiday specials.
Okay, so there are a lot of properties out there that have holiday specials, Christmas, Hanukkah, a lot of other things out there. My question for the geeks would be, which of those properties do you think has the best holiday special? And if you can't think of that, which property that hasn't done a holiday special do you think would have a good holiday special? I could start you off with an example. I have really weird ones. The Rugrats Chanukah special is a fantastic one in our house. On top of that, I have to say any of the South Park Christmas episodes from the first few seasons I think were fantastically dark. I can't think of, as I'm posing this question, I can't think of a property, at least one that I enjoy, that hasn't at least taken a stab at a holiday special. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I'm avoiding one that I absolutely love, but I'm going to say that the one that first came to mind is the Batman the Animated Series. Had so many Christmas specials.
You're right
throughout
about
its
that.
entire run. Outstanding. That is pure art, that entire series, but their holiday specials, especially, like, oh my gosh, it was just so good. Those are so good. And if we need more stuff, I can give you the one I'm avoiding.
What's the one you're... now I'm curious. What's the one you're avoiding, Ogre?
That's where our brain goes. We have to know.
The Star Wars one. It's the Star Wars one. It is laugh. It's so funny. It's just so funny. It's so
Be Arthur. Be Arthur.
Be Arthur!
It's one of those. The first time I watched it, I was like, "Did I just see that? Wait, what did I just watch?" But it was so good. It was just so good. It was just so campy, so wonderful. They sang. It was festive. It was amazing. It was just amazing.
I once watched when he was young, and at this point, I don't think he's going to remember. Watched the holiday special with my son, and his reaction to it was, "What the hell was that?"
That's a valid reaction.
It is 100%.
Well, because he had seen Clone Wars, and he had seen some of the prequels at that point, and all right, let's give this a try. And he watched it, and just, what the hell was that? That's fair, bud. That's fair.
Yeah, my son, he doesn't even have the attention span to get through a holiday special. I'm lucky if we can get through a 3-minute holiday-themed YouTube brain rot video.
Okay, that's fair. So, there are 3 that are coming to mind. One of them is... Hey, excuse me, I fibbed. 4. Animaniacs did a very solid holiday special.
Oh, yes.
So that one...
Good one.
Fits very fondly in my childhood memories. While it was more of a traditional holiday special and not a special cut out of a regular series, one that absolutely no one seems to recall and remember and is like a fever dream for people, although it's my daughter and my favorite, is the Will Vinton Christmas special. Claymation Christmas.
Oh, wow. That recesses of
Yeah,
my
I
brain.
just unlocked a memory.
Like recesses of my brain.
Wow, that's a deep one. That's a deep one.
Yeah, it is. When it comes to Doctor Who specials, because Doctor Who, the Christmas special is a very big deal. I'm going to reveal Peter Capaldi has always been my doctor. He wasn't my first doctor, which is often people's doctor, but he was my doctor. The Christmas special that he does that ends his series and starts things for the 13th Doctor is a brilliant take on the Christmas truce. So that one's highly recommended. And since we're running out of time, I'll blast through it very quickly. There is a ridiculous theater kids show on the BBC called The Show Goes Wrong. That is just this campy community theater group who cannot get through a play correctly. They do a version of the Nativity that made my sides hurt. It is brilliant. What else is brilliant is your interview with Michael Kingston at New York City Comic Con. So let's take this opportunity to run Journey from the Basement and see that interview.
Comics and wrestling. 2 worlds that on paper shouldn't make sense together. One's got bright colors, tight costumes, wild storylines, and over-the-top characters. So does the other. That's where Michael Kingston lives. The guy behind Headlocked, a comic writer that doesn't just borrow from wrestling culture, but celebrates it. He's built a universe where the drama of the ring meets the storytelling power of the page. It's raw, funny, heartfelt, and full of suplexes, both emotional and literal. Today I'm talking with Michael about what happens when you stop waiting for your favorite stories and start creating them yourself. Because sometimes, the best origin story is your own. Michael, how you doing today, man?
Doing great. New York's always a marathon, so we're just getting started, trying to pace ourselves.
So last time we talked, Friday Night Bigfoot was still in pre-production. How's it been going with the book, man?
It's great, man. The response has been phenomenal. We've been pulling in a whole bunch of people from the Bigfoot community. It's been really, really good. It's a whole bunch of people that are getting exposed to Headlocked and Vampiro and everything else that never had a chance to, never really kind of came into their orbit. So it's been cool in that regard, but also everybody loves it. It's a fun thing to write. I'm working on issue 2. It's a lot of fun. It's funny, I just came from here, but I just basically agreed to a collab with Paul Walter Hauser. So
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I haven't even told my wife that yet. So
Have you seen the match he just had at Ring of Honor?
Oh yeah.
Oh
He's
man,
great.
that was incredible. I believe they were chanting "You're a wrestler" by the end of it.
Oh yeah, no,
That's fantastic.
he's awesome, man. It's very cool to see him because he obviously loves it. He doesn't need to do it, right? Dude's got an Emmy, right?
Yeah.
But he's out there, and that's the thing about all this stuff, right? Anybody that makes comics is probably making comics because they love it. Obviously everybody wants the Robert Kirkman thing, but that's one dude, right?
Right.
99.9% of the people that make comics just do it because they love it, right?
That's one thing I've noticed is the crossover between
let's say indie wrestlers and indie comic artists, that hunger is still there, that love is still there. It's just really cool to see people on that level still have that level of admiration and love and respect for what they do.
I think you have to, right? Like, I think just everybody that's consumed a product, of entertainment product, has consumed something that was made for money and something that was made for love. And sometimes those things can dovetail, and that's right. Like, I always use Deadpool as the example, right? They did the Wolverine origins, right? He's got swords for hands and his mouth's own shit. Oh, yeah. It's not Deadpool, right? And everybody hated it. But Ryan Reynolds liked the character, and then he did it right, and then he made $1 billion. So, like, there is that sort of sweet spot, too, where love and money can come together, but, like, when you're watching something that's been hacked out for $1 and when somebody's heart isn't in it versus people that are making stuff because they love it. So we have a panel tonight. It's Headlocked and Master Republic, taking stories beyond the ring. Just talking about wrestling and pop culture, how they influence each other, and then some of our projects, because obviously neither one of us produce wrestling. We produce products involving wrestling, but so it's sort of, and then we've got artists and we've got some storytellers and some wrestlers and whatever. So, like, just talking about all of it and how it all, intermingles into the lovely stuff that we've made.
Beautiful little goulash.
Yeah. That's a great, I like that.
Well, thanks for talking to us, man.
Yeah.
We'll share a little bit of the panel, but hopefully we'll talk soon, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Come by, brother. Appreciate
Absolutely, man.
It became clear to me at some point that nobody was ever going to make the wrestling comics that I, as a wrestling fan, wanted to read. So I just made them myself.
I got a question, Mike. When you and I worked on a story together, we did a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
What did Ric Flair do with you? What comic book creative ideas did Ric Flair bring to the table?
I mean, I think it's really obvious that a lot of my character is heavily influenced by Tank Girl. I always thought that she was so cool, and I've always been a fan of like that artwork too. She's punk rock, she's loud, and I always had the helmet, but then I saw this tiny tank at Walmart, and I was like, oh, this is how I complete it. This is how I become wrestling's Tank Girl.
And I just fell in love with, much like science, the technical wrestling, that artistry, I fell in love with this artistry. And that was the period where I wanted to be, I want to be a comic book artist.
I just saw passion. And like when I saw Shotzi go through the rope into chairs with my kid, we turned around and said, great parenting to me.
As the panel wrapped up and the crowd filtered out, one thing stuck with me. Every person up there started in the same place as the fans in those seats, full of ideas, unsure where to begin, but hungry to try. That's the magic of fandom. It's not just about consuming what we love, it's about being inspired enough to build something of our own. Whether it's a comic, a match, a costume, or a community TV show filming in a basement somewhere. Geek culture thrives because people refuse to keep their passion to themselves. So if you've ever dreamed of making something, anything, this is your sign. Pick up the pen, lace up the boots, grab the mic, because the next story could be yours. This is Journey from the Basement, and we'll see you ringside.
All right, geeks. So if you could do one geeky thing that you truly love, what would that geeky thing be? I mean, other than being here on the show doing this. Like if you could make a geeky job work, following the dream, like Michael Kingston did with comics, what would it be?
It'd probably also be in the professional wrestling business for me, somewhere along the lines of just being a theater technician, and whether it's pyro, doing all the lighting changes. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be the guy that did the bringing it down for The Undertaker, and then all of a sudden setting off the pyro for Kane, those things, to be able to control the audience in that aspect. I don't know, it's like the ultimate like video game, real life translation thing for me for being a geek, is that kind of world.
That's awesome.
The first one that came to mind was spending Christmas in New Zealand, in Hobbiton.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just that was the first thing that came to mind when you described it there.
Keeping that after they used it was the smartest thing they ever did.
Yeah, no
Smartest
kidding.
thing they ever. That's such a cool thing.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with this one because there was a point in time when Geeks with Issues was absolutely the answer, and I was pushing Geeks with Issues so hard. And I pushed it so hard, it stopped being fun. So being able to come back and do 20XX is kind of my thing.
Yeah, this is a good moment to say probably thank you to everybody who's stuck with us at this point, because I can't speak for everybody, but this has been very, very cool. This is the thing I would do as being a geek. The wrestling thing would be a fantasy. This was something that was a fantasy for a little while, and we got to bring it back. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank Andy. Thank Sean.
Thank everyone.
Thank Carly. Thank Cassie. Thank the geeks who haven't even been here yet. Thank you guys for watching. Thank whoever out there is also making this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just so much gratitude, so much thanks, so much. Just it's been a dream come true. Let alone just being able to discuss the things that we're passionate about from the very beginning. Well, from the second very beginning of Geeks with Issues for me, anyways. But yeah, it's been an absolute every experience, everything has been an absolute dream. So I think just thanks Tuck, especially because he is the origin and just the driving force behind it. So thank you. And again, thanks everyone who's been a part of it. Just outstanding. Thank you.
It's hard to jump to the next topic after that. That hit me in the feels. Okay.
Can I try?
Transition, sure.
Well, speaking of things that hit you in the feels, a lot of holiday movies are things that can hit you in the feels. So maybe we can talk about what everybody's favorite holiday movies are. So
the angle that I wanted to take with this one was actually the Die Hard dilemma.
Ooh.
What are your favorite not holiday movies?
I've got a number of them. So
if there is one that you feel you have to justify, what's your justification?
Ooh. One of the things to break the ice on this one, one of the things that I personally respect Disney for is they actually advertised Die Hard as a Christmas movie on their Instagram this year. So they own the movie, so they are an authority. So that I think they answered it definitively. But my two favorite Christmas movies that are this close to not being Christmas movies are Batman Returns,
yes,
and Gremlins,
yes,
and Gremlins. Yeah, because Batman Returns, it directly juxtaposes Christmas themes with the gothic darkness, and you get this beautiful interplay between, the dark and the light, the good and the bad, and it fits the themes of Christmas so well. But it's not a direct like this is Christmas. And then Gremlins it shows you what happens when you are bad, when you're on the naughty list. That you will get a gremlin piece of coal in your life, and it sucks.
So it may be because they were released around Christmas, or I believe McDonald's actually had a VHS release a lot of the time around Christmas for a lot of things. But the Addams Family movie always was a Christmas movie in my house, and I don't know if we were just weird, or if that was a Christmas movie for a lot of people. Another Tim Burton movie that was another Christmas movie for me and my sister, at least, was Edward Scissorhands. That makes sense. That was a Christmas movie for us.
Yeah.
Another weird one was somehow Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie. that might have just been because it was big all year round for all of us as kids. But my cousins and I would watch Ninja Turtles, and it was like who was going to do the lines for Leonardo, who was going to do Raphael, and so on. That was a huge Christmas movie for us. And I don't know if I need to justify it. I think that felt like it landed as a pretty decent Christmas movie.
Yeah. So the two that come to mind for me is Star Trek Generations.
Okay, yeah.
Good one.
Which a lot of people, I can already hear some of the Trek folk getting upset because Star Trek is supposed to be, you know, a past that sort of a post-religious utopian viewpoint. But not only are there some very solid Christmas scenes during that movie when Picard is in the Nexus and is experiencing the family that he never had at Christmas. But on top of that, there is the theme of biological family versus found family. And choosing what you're going to fight for in that regard. The second one, which is more of a New Year's movie than it is a Christmas movie, but there are Christmas elements, is Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, definitely. That was a big one for actually both of the Ghostbusters movies. I felt like were at least probably aired around Christmas. I think at least when I was a kid.
Well, because you could get away with Ghostbusters 2 because it was. Now I've got a weird one which is not at all a Christmas movie, but it became Christmas bonded. And that is the Star Wars original trilogy.
Yeah.
Because the USA Network and then later Spike would play it like on loop on Christmas Day.
They were doing Christmas Story Marathon before Christmas Story Marathon was doing Christmas Story Marathon.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So there was and it was a time when you couldn't get the VHS anymore.
Right.
They hadn't released the special edition VHSs. So the only way to watch Star Wars was to go to the VHS rental shop or to watch USA on Christmas Day. So, not a Christmas movie, but it's a Christmas movie.
It's definitely a Christmas movie.
Christmas experience. The gift of Star Wars.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a great way to put it. And a great way to bring us to an end of this experience, this holiday experience that we've had an opportunity to share with you. We want to thank you for watching today and every day. We couldn't be the Geeks with Issues without our geeky community out there joining us here in the Basement of Dreams. So on behalf of the Geeks, thank you for being a part of our community and watching all of this fantastic nonsense that we get to do a couple times a month throughout the year. Have a happy, safe, and fantastic holiday season. And until next time, this has been
Trevor.
Ogre.
And Tuck, reminding you to geek on, geek out, and geek anywhere. Just clean up after yourself. We'll see you next time on Geeks with Issues 20XX. Goodbye, everybody.
You gotta blow on it. You gotta blow on it. I used to think anything was possible. I thought that I could be a king or Caesar. But I don't need all of that gold or silver. That's how I know that I'm a true believer.
GPS reports, politics and schemes. Thanks to my chainsaw, my cubicle is firewood. Now I'm living in a basement of dreams.